Hi there, it's Tamara here. Oh, and that was Joya. Did you see that leap up? Do you want to come up here? Do you want to come and say hi? You want to come up? She won't leave me alone today. There she is. Say hi, Joya. Say hello. Hi, everyone. So, after that little interruption, hi. I'm in the Naked Nutrition kitchen, and I was just thinking how I'm expecting come January a lot of people to come to me and say, oh my God, I need a detox, I need to eliminate, I need to get back on track. And it's, we all know what that feels like. It's usually Christmas time. We just overdo everything. And not that that's, it's not a bad thing. It's only a bad thing if you regret it and you feel terrible afterwards. So, just bear that in mind. But, my trick is to actually get through the holidays without that feeling and to start the new year feeling relatively light and ready to go rather than bloated and in need of a detox. What's my philosophy on detoxes? Well, I don't agree with them somehow. I think that our body is perfectly capable of detoxing rubbish out of our system. And I think the trick is not to eat the rubbish in the first place. So, if we just stick to real foods, yeah, that's it. Real unprocessed foods. If we stick to that, our body is more than capable of detoxing. So, this whole detox thing for me doesn't really work. But each to their own. I'm not going to say anything else. All I will say is that possibly try and work your way through the holidays by eating lots of salads and different types of raw foods, perhaps, if you're going to have like great big feast type meals every now and then just try and balance them out with more fresh produce. And you know how detoxes often include just juices and soups and liquidy things. Well, you can do it in a more substantial way by eating it instead. So, turn your detox juice into an actual meal and you'll feel satisfied and your body will thank you for that. I think the one reason that a lot of us feel like bloated and heavy after, all these heavy sort of rich meals is because our digestive system really sort of gets blocked and we can't seem to eliminate very well. And so what happens is we just get that discomfort. And when our digestion isn't working very well, our overall wellness feels off. So it's a good idea to make sure that all that is ticking nicely. So I'm just going to show you a quick salad that I love to make. It's really fresh, crunchy, it's raw, and it's full of nutrients that are going to help your digestive tract to sort of eliminate all that waste that's not wanted in our body. And, just an additional thing to all the other Christmas fare that you might be indulging in. And I have to say, Christmas lunch per se is not actually a bad food. It's not a bad meal. It's got lots of protein. It's got turkey, which is a lean meat. You've got ample amounts of vegetables involved there. The problem is usually everything else that goes with that. The whole accumulation of in-between snacks and canapes and drinks and extra this and extra that. And that's the whole, it's Christmas. I'm going to let it all go. But for a lot of us, it just makes us feel so bad afterwards. So, it's worth thinking, how do I want to feel after this? I want to enjoy the meal, but I don't want to feel awful afterwards. So it's a whole kind of finding that moderation point, isn't it? To see how that works for you. Anyway, to the salads. I'm going to turn my camera over here, down to my cutting board. My nice cutting board. So what I've got here, I've got some bean sprouts, okay? These are organic bean sprouts, just still in their packet. There we go, nice and fresh. I've just got those, so they're really lovely. And I just love bean sprouts because they're so crispy and watery, and they really give you a feeling of sort of hydration as well. I've got cucumbers, okay? That's also an organic cucumber there. No, it's not the season. Some people might yell, but I just choose the sort of things that I like to eat, and I have to say cucumbers are grown here locally indoors, so it's the best I can do. I'm not going to go too obsessive about that. Ginger, fresh ginger, and have some spring onions too. or winter onions, should I call them this? Spring onions. So those are the ingredients. I've got some garlic, I've got some lemon juice, that's going to go in the dressing, got a bit of soy sauce, and I have some hemp oil here. You can use also a mixture, if you have it, of sesame oil and sunflower oil, which is a bit lighter, or olive oil if you want. It really doesn't matter, it's your preference. What goes really well, and I don't have any unfortunately today, is actually sesame oil. That really is a great addition. So what I'm going to do, all right, I'm going to put the bean sprouts in the bowl. I'm going to take my cucumber, or half the cucumber I'm going to do for now. Just chop it off. It's already washed. I'm going to leave the skin on. I don't really need to take that off. Just going to slice it into sort of thin batons, okay? So, again, it doesn't have to be all fancy and perfect. Just sliced thinly will do. I'm going to get them sort of that shape so they match the bean sprouts and the same consistency there. The nice thing about this salad is that actually it tastes better when you leave it marinate in the dressing for a little bit. So you can make it and be happy that it doesn't need to be absolutely fresh to eat, although that is absolutely fine as well. But you know, it does actually improve as time goes by. For some reason, I've had it and it wilts. That's true. The cucumbers and the bean sprouts will wilt a little bit, but you know, it doesn't really matter. It still tastes delicious. So here again, I've got the spring onion. I'm just going to chop that. You can also just add normal onions to this. If you have some sweet white onions, they go really well. And what I do to get rid of if it's too sort of potent, is I cut the onion, then I soak it in some water and vinegar and a bit of salt, and it takes away that sort of overpowering pungency. Okay, so there, I've got in here, I've got my bean sprouts, my cucumber, my spring onions on top, got my garlic now for the dressing. Okay, I'm just going to smash that, give that a crush. If you have a garlic crusher, you can use that. I'm just going to roughly chop this one. Once again, it doesn't really matter. It's always a personal preference. You either like it chunky or you don't. So, you know, whichever is your preference, do that. There we go. I'm going to put that in here. Okay, that's for my dressing. And to that, I'm going to get a bit of ginger, take the skin off. Once again, with the ginger, you can grate it as well if you want it a little bit finer. I'm just going to cut it into fine slices and shred that a little bit just with a knife. I quite like ginger in its chunky sort of state, but not everybody does. So, you know, once again, your preference, do as you choose. You can also leave out the ginger if you don't like ginger. Not everyone likes ginger. Put that into my dish there as well. Then to that, I'm going to add the juice of a nice lemon. I'm going to have, I don't know, maybe the whole lemon would, yeah, I'll put the whole lemon in there. Just get a nice load of liquid. So that goes in there. Now I've got some soy sauce as well. I'm going to put the soy sauce, always goes really well with the bean sprouts and adds a little sort of oriental flavor twist to it. Then I'm going to put the hemp oil in there as well. And voila, if you want, you can add salt to this as well. I won't because the soy sauce is already salty, but if you want, you can add salt to it as well. And that's it really, so simple. Pour the dressing over the vegetables and give it a nice massage. You know, I like using my hands for this. That kind of gets the dressing into the crunchy vegetable bits. And that's it. That is my fresh detox, if you want to call it, salad. And I think that's a great side dish to have with any other sort of festive meal. You know, it's always good to have main dishes, whether it be meat or fish or whatever you want, with lots of different crunchy raw salads to go with it. Because then, you know, the volume of the vegetables will fill you up without the overload of calories. Highly nutritious, so you're really feeding your body good nutrients, and then you don't have to eat so much of the other much more heavy, rich stuff, okay? And this, of course, you want to. So that's my Christmassy sort of salad for today. And it's already next week, which is a bit crazy. And I'm super tired. Near the end of the year, I mean, it's just been one of those months of non-stopness. So I'm feeling it. And I hope to get a lot of sleep next week. So apart from eating, I'm going to be sleeping and hopefully going on a road trip or something. So we'll see. I hope you all have a great day, and I will be back with some more delicious food anon. Bye-bye.